Pisces, my beautiful Pisces, welcome to your February 2024 reading. This is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, always. Those may have, some of you may have planets in the sign of Pisces. Some of you are in love with the Pisces. If that's the case, check. I just did a series for each sign. If there's someone you're interested in their true feelings. Now, this was about soulmates and twin flames, so you might want to check that out. And then I did do your 2024 year in review, but I'm doing it seasonal. So I did it for January, February, and March. That's already out there. By the way, it's my most popular video right now, so that makes me feel good. It means that a lot of you resonated with it. Um, so you have that available to you. But now let's go ahead and do February. First of all, excuse my fingernails. I am using gel polish and it like just popped off. So to like repolish this now, it takes like a half an hour for the gel to dry. So excuse that. Happy Valentine's Day. Though I have to say I'm not a big believer in Valentine's Day. It's a man-made holiday. I feel like it's more about money, money, money. But nonetheless, happy birthday to those celebrating, um, well, just happy birthday when your birthday comes up. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, guys. We're going to use three different decks. Of course, we're going to use our Mother Mary for her words of wisdom, and we are going to use the Gilded Tarot, if I can pick it up, to do our clarifying or to go deeper, like I like to say. You know, my Virgo mind likes to go deep. By the way, I have to say also, because Virgo and Pisces are opposite, I feel like there's been this energy this year where it's calling for us to look at our opposite sign. So like you watching a Virgo reading, you may get a lot more out of it than you think. It's just like me watching a Pisces reading, you know what I mean? Because we're opposites, though opposites can be very compatible at the same time. So, with that being said, we are going to use the new deck I got, which is called the Cozy Witch Tarot. Has words on it. I didn't know it when I bought it. It's so weird. I didn't notice the words. But anyways, we used it for the whole series for their true feelings for you. And I figured, you know what? Let's just continue with them. So this will be our main spread. But let's go ahead and start with Mother Mary. And let's get some words of wisdom. By the way, I'll read it from the book at the end of the reading. I just feel like that's where it's really profound. You know, like the words will just, I don't know, it just feels like it always makes sense. So, or exactly what we need to hear. So let's go ahead and begin. Beautiful Pisces. All right. We got three. We have four. I'm going to take them. We got five. I never refuse Mother Mary cards unless like 20 came out. So maybe we need all these. Let's go ahead. And I won't read them all from the book at the end. We'll figure out which one. But let's go ahead and begin. I don't know why I felt curious, like I want to know what's going on for you. Children, children. You know, I feel like Pisces is so good with children. I feel like children respond to Pisces energy. Why? Because I feel like you're a child at heart, and that's a good thing, and don't ever lose it. But let's see what it says. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive changes for them and me. Some of you may be here just looking for that clarification, like, what's my purpose? What should I do? If this rings a bell, then this could give you a hint, even volunteering, or just even having children around you. I feel like it just brings out that inner child within you. So, anyways, children, we have tenderness. I am both gentle and powerful. Well, hello, Empress. Powerful and gentle. Honesty. Honesty. I feel like you can't live without honesty. I feel like if someone was to tell you lies and tell me sweet little lies. I just don't think you would put up with it for long. Maybe for a little bit, but I don't feel like you'd put up with it for long. I'm in touch with my true feelings regarding the situation. So, whatever brought you, if you're looking for some type of confirmation, again, is saying just be very honest with yourself. Um, no blindfolds, that type of energy. We have compassion. Look at that, tenderness and compassion. I see and feel others' points of view with forgiveness and kindness. And then last but not least is giving and receiving. This reminds me of the Six of Pentacles, where you really are learning the fine art of give and take. You know, I feel like, you need to be open to receiving. I feel like you can easily give, but can you receive also? Um, because you want to be able to receive. Now, it doesn't mean to give like I'm only giving so I can get back. But no, I feel like that's karma. Karma's good and bad, right? Like if I'm putting good karma out there, well that karma's going to come back and you'll reap the rewards of that. So anyways, giving and receiving. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. So children, tenderness, honesty, compassion, giving, and receiving. Let's go ahead and bring the lid down so you can have a good look. Let's keep these over here. And let's go ahead and bring in the Cozy Witch. Um, Most of you know that I pre-shuffle my cards for quite a while before I begin a reading, but I do like to shuffle with you here also. And I am still, when I say learning this stuff, I never read the books. And that's just me. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I just don't read the books because I like it to intuitively, like the messages to intuitively come to me. So there's a lot of cards in here I haven't even seen yet. So we'll see. We're going to shuffle for your cards. So let's go ahead and begin the tarot portion. Again, February 2024, though, did you know time is fluid? And when I say that, what I mean is sometimes you're guided to a reading, it could be a year later, but everything fits. Just know that your guides, um, well, they're always guiding you. Maybe you were gonna watch it and then something, my videos are long, so you might be like, I don't have that much time, but then you keep seeing it and you finally click on it, I feel like that's your guys, like they're showing you what they want you to see. All right, so we have one in the upright, and it is the Four of Cups. Four Cups. Here it says, try not to be so picky, okay? Try not to be so picky, okay? Um, Four Cups, though, to me, represents, discontentment in one's life. Probably I am looking for some type of change, but at the same time, I got to be willing to make that change. In the Four of Cups, you often see that there's a cup being handed to you. Well, here it's a cup of coffee. It's funny, I keep getting coffee in readings. I think it was Tars's reading where I had two cups of coffee, and so it begins. And then in the twin flame reading, I had the same thing. So I don't know. Coffee. Somebody may be asking you out for a cup of coffee. This really asks you to use your spiritual discernment, though. Like if I'm unsatisfied within my life, and there is an opportunity that is showing, because normally in the Four of Cups, that's what's happening. There is an opportunity that's showing. There is a way out. There is, if I'm bored within my life, a new opportunity, an epiphany, love. Something comes in that could potentially change that, but you have to use your spiritual discernment whether you decide to accept it or not. Okay, let's keep going. We have, well, hello, Empress. So I felt the Empress with Mother Mary, and now we have the Empress out. Remember, gentle and powerful. Let's see what it says here. There is a beauty to be found in every experience. That's what the Empress learns. That's what she has learned. I feel like that's why she is the Empress, right? This is someone who, has been through it, in love in all different areas. It's interesting. She's got a baby in her hand, but it's interesting she has a mask on. I wonder why. Hmm. Interesting. Well, I have a feeling we'll find out. But this is, when you see the Empress in the reading, I almost always feel the person watching, is the Empress, male or female, by the way. Remember, we have both masculine and feminine energy. Sometimes, like I feel like I use my masculine energy a lot. But then, as a Virgo, it's like I got to remind myself to use my feminine energy also. But anyways, I feel like the Empress becomes the Emperor. I feel like we all have this energy within us. And this is when we look back at our experiences. We may call them mistakes, but they're really experiences. And we've extract the wisdom out of it. And I like that they have the word experience instead of mistake. So someone who is loving and nurturing, that certainly describes you, but also someone who has become very powerful because of these experiences, right? I've been there. I've overcome that. And I get this feeling like because I've overcome so much that now I know there's nothing I can't overcome. If you are discontent within your life right now, and then, by the way, 4 to 3, and then the Empress shows up, it's saying that, you have the ability. Because think of the Empress, she's so creative. She's someone who receives a lot of epiphanies. The reason why you always see her normally with a baby is because she gives, it's like her guides know that these epiphanies that we're going to give her, we know that she'll put them to use. We know that she'll bring them to the world in whichever way. I feel like in whichever way that she feels fit, she or he. Um, but to me, I feel like, you sitting in a discontent life, it doesn't feel right to me. So let's keep going. We have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Does not have to be, though. Don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. I like that. Queen of Swords really is about your voice. It's about your truth, your honesty. Honesty over here. So I just want to look at the image. There's more coffee, like everywhere. They're drinking tea. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. And then we have the Six of Swords. So felt that there was some type of change, some type of opportunities being offered to you, within the Four of Cups energy. I do feel like, yes, you have to use your spiritual discernment, but I feel like this is very good for you. I often feel that cup that's being offered in the Four of Cups is by the hand of God, or you could say, your spiritual team. It is there to help enhance your life in some way. Six of Swords means that you have, you've looked back, you understand who and what has become toxic in your world, how they've affected you, your own part in it, right? And then should I stay or should I go? Well, I feel like whatever happening in this Four of Cups, again, a cup is coming in. Use your spiritual discernment. The Empress is right next to that. So I feel like trust yourself. Trust yourself. And listen, it may have something to do with your voice, like regaining your voice. Some of you are leaving your current situation and you're moving on. What's it say? All board. It's time to write a new chapter. And that's really what the Six of Swords is. It's like, okay, because if you go back one card, it's a five, and five speaks of change. This couldn't even speak of relationships because six to me, a lot of, to me, can certainly represent like a relationship, not just like a date, but relationships. Yeah, it's interesting. There is well, I guess that's a yacht, right? I guess that's a yacht. It's like all aboard. Maybe it's a boat that takes you somewhere. I see the stars in there, so I feel like this is you moving towards a dream. I love that if that's the case, I love the Empress being here because I feel like you will manifest that dream, right? That ship will come and pick you up. Okay, let's keep going. Beautiful. With the Nine of Cups. Well, goodbye discontentment. Goodbye boredom. Nine of Cups is when you really have found inner harmony. And I have to say, I know why you found it because you've realized the energy that's toxic to you, the people, the situations that are toxic to you. And I feel like you're saying no more. No more. Queen of Swords, maybe that's what you're doing. You're really using your voice. You're standing up for yourself. And I feel like the Empress before that, it's like, I feel like the epiphanies, the ideas come to you first, and then, and then you make this move. You're leaving a situation, but the situation that you're leaving wasn't serving you for some reason. But now we have the Nine of Cups again, inner harmony. This is where you really start to love your life again. Doesn't have to mean like anyone's in my life, like I have a lover in my life. Doesn't mean you don't, but maybe that's where you're heading. Um, but I love this. I love that it's replacing or underneath the Four of Cups. To me, it feels like it's replacing it, right? So going from discontentment to a place where I just feel one with myself. Let's see what it says. Live in a constant state of gratitude. Live in a constant state of gratitude. There's those coffee cups again. Or tea. Coffee, tea, or me. All right, keep going. And I also feel Pisces, like for some of you, I feel like you've come to an end of a cycle. And, sometimes like a cycle is ready to end, right? Because I feel like we do run a 9-year cycles and we have a 9 year. But first I feel like I had to clear this, right? I don't have to, but it feels like it would really serve you, right? First, if there's something in my life that, again, I'm discontent with, I got to know that, right? I got to decide whether I take this cup that's being offered. The Empress would definitely take that cup. She would take that cup and she could create a whole new world with that cup. Your voice, I feel like your voice is important here. um, your truth, like your truth, your life. And then the Nine of Cups. So you jump on that ship and then you arrive at the Nine of Cups. Oh, that feels good. Okay. Keep going. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Not every great option you're given will be a great option for you. Well, that's why you have to use your spiritual discernment. And then we have the Two of Pentacles that kind of put you in a question mode. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. I like that explanation of the Two of Pentacles. They call it the juggler's card, but I really feel like it's about using your logical mind. This again could be where your opposite sign comes in. You know, um, I feel like the Empress would definitely understand or know. Because here's why. Because I feel like the Empress feels energy, right? Like something comes towards me, and listen, if it's not good for me, I feel like I know that. I know that right away, but then I have to like not second guess myself. Um, Change is on the horizon. I do feel like a cycle is ending for a lot of you. But it's like the universe, it's showing itself like jump on board and we'll take you to this Nine of Cups, inner harmony. Again, we're on loving life again. It's interesting that the two cards in between that though puts a little bit of like, should I or shouldn't I? I feel like again you have to trust your spiritual discernment. We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about standing your ground, right? To have, you have the right to want the life you want, but you also need to go after that life at the same time. It feels like the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Swords kind of go hand in hand here. This is about, here it says holding other people accountable. Well, Six of Swords right above that makes me feel like you did hold someone accountable. Maybe you gave someone an ultimatum like it's either this way or that way, and there's no in between ground. We either are or we aren't, or we aren't, and there is no maybe. I feel like, and you may be saying that to another. All right, we have the Tower. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up, shaken up, shaken up. Okay, we have the Four Swords, healing. Why aren't you resting? That's what it says. Why aren't you resting? Well, because you're on this new adventure. That's why you're not resting. And then we have the patient witch. I just love this image because I feel like this is just someone who is daydreaming, right? I'm just laying on my bed and I'm daydreaming about all that can be, all that's out there in the world. I feel a certain comfort level here with this person. And I do feel like this is talking about some type of dream because right off the bat, I saw the stars. And I do feel like, when I see the Empress, I always feel like you're manifesting something here, right? But it's of a higher vibration. Now, maybe because, you're manifesting something of a higher vibration, those in a lower vibration or a situation of a lower vibration, it just doesn't fit, right? It's like putting, like what I want to say, like a round peg in a square hole. It just doesn't fit. Learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. All right, let's see what's mirrored. Well, let's get our last card out of this deck. And then or two, we have Four of Pentacles. Treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. And it's being mirrored by the Six of Swords, so I feel like that's exactly what you're doing, or you will be doing. And with that comes out the Eight of Wands, fast moving energy, guys. Fast moving energy. By the way, we're in a universal year eight, which I'm sure you know that by now. That's all I keep talking about. Um, but a universal year eight, definitely research it if you don't know what it means. But to me, it is about your material world. It is about building and accepting opportunities that come your way. I feel like this year is a year, like, let's say you want to create a business. This is the year to do it. This is the year to do it. This is a year where there's no excuses, or I don't think I meant it that way, but um like no excuse for what I want, right? Like I have dreams and I'm not going to apologize for those dreams. Instead, I'm going to start moving towards those dreams. What am I holding? Light a fire underneath your conjurum and go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Some of you may be changing homes. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Wands. Beautiful. So I feel like you're already thinking about it, right? You're already thinking about this next path, this next journey. Where do I want to go? Two of Wands, there's no fear here. This is just, what do I want? And then taking the action. And with the Empress here, I feel like you're going to be presented with different ideas, different, different ways you can go. And then the ball's put in your court. Which way do you want to go? You know, clearly, and I hate to keep saying this in readings, but I feel like it's just life, right? Sometimes we're in a situation or we're with a person and we've given our time and things just, you know, clearly were not working out in your favor. You weren't feeling fulfilled. And I feel like, your guides reached you in some way and they have you now on the move. Now, when I say they have you on the move, I feel like it's because they're giving you these ideas, these epiphanies, and I do feel like you should follow them the whole way home. It's like a new adventure is opening up for you, and I don't feel like there's anything to fear here. You have the tower that is mirrored by the Four of Cups, so that tells me that this Four of Cups is coming to an end. And I feel like we don't want to always fear the tower because the tower can be universal energy that's just helping to move you from point A to point B. Sometimes we can get stuck, right? And that's kind of what the Four of Cups is. I'm a little stuck here. Not so happy. I do want change. Um, but in the same time, I know I have to put action behind that. Well, your guides know that and they want to help you. They want to help you reach, whatever it is you want to reach. Some of you may have left a relationship or you're leaving a relationship. But listen, if you're leaving this relationship, and it doesn't have to be love, it just feels like it's over anyway, right? Like there's something new waiting for you. I feel like you have to know that you deserve really the best. And if someone is unable to, first of all, I don't feel like someone doesn't have to give you it, you already possess it. But if someone is trying to hold you back from a dream, this is saying you got to pay attention to what it is you want. Maybe I've given time to a person or an organization or a business, but nothing seemed to come of it. I feel a little stuck in there. If this is work, it's like I wake up every morning like, ugh, I gotta go to work. Ugh, I get that energy. And maybe I am now gonna start doing my own thing. Four Swords is mirroring the Empress, the healing energy. And it kind of makes me feel like maybe you've been in a little bit of a standstill for a little bit. But this is the opposite of that now. So if you are changing cycles, then there's movement. Two of Wands, what's it say? Your decision decides your future here and now, nothing else. So true. It is your intentions. And I kind of love this Two of Wands because I feel like she's burning her sage. She's clearing all the negative energy away from her. She has her crystal ball there. And it's like she's looking at her crystal ball, like, which way do I want to go? Again, I don't feel there's any fear here. It's just, what is it that I want? This does mean a new path is opening up for you. And, if it's in the Wands family, it's passionate, desirable. Okay, and interesting Page of Wands underneath that, which I often call my fool. And to me, that means taking chances, right? Taking a chance. I feel like this path, it's almost like it's just going to open and then you're going to make that decision, right? But again, I feel like if I leave the fear out of it, and I'm not even really picking up any fear, um, but that's our human mind sometimes. I feel like it was just like, when was the right time? Like, is it the right time to change something? Is it the right time to move on? And I feel like there's probably never been a better time if that's what you want, if that's what you want. Again, I feel like a lot of you have found your voice, like your voice has been shut down for some reason, but you're not taking that anymore. What's the Eight of Wands say? Light a fire. Oh, I just read that. Light a fire underneath and go, go, go. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot. Give ourselves a little room and let's go a little deeper. Let's look at them and understand what they mean for you. All right, let's start at the beginning, but we're going to read it as a whole. We have the Strength card, card of Leo. This is about the power, though, you've gained through your experiences. If you look at them that way. I feel like instead of looking at life as mistakes, just look at them as like, okay, well, I had that experience, but I overcame that. The Strength card to me, though, also talks about our inner self, right? Our inner balance. Understanding that we are strong enough to make changes, or take chances. I feel like, first of all, it is an eight. So it's speaking of this year. Not just this year, but probably soon. All right, let's keep going. Mirrored by the tower down here. So that, again, it tells me that you can overcome whatever, you feel may have been a tower. But again, it's like, yeah, I probably felt like a tower, but at the same time, I feel like it's the universe trying to move you from point A to point B. But I feel like it's because of your own intentions. Hello, lovers. Card of Gemini. The meaning of the card is a head over heart decision. That may be exactly what some of you are considering right now. A head over heart decision. So, again, if that's the case, I feel like you're following your heart, to be honest. I feel like you're following your heart. This could also talk about someone along the path. Let's not forget we're starting with the Two of Wands. And I say starting because it's on the bottom of the deck. So it's the energy that is most prevalent. It's where I'm beginning. So, Two of Wands. I'm a little tired of a certain part of my life. Maybe, maybe it is a relationship. Maybe I know I deserve better. Maybe someone has, again, like, shut down that voice of yours and you're reclaiming it as you should. As you should. I kind of love the strength card before that. Now, the reason why I say that is because I feel like this is energy you've already overcome. Or a different way of saying that is I feel like many of you, it's like we have to know our own demons, right? We have to know our own self. And then we got to be true to ourselves. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be flexible, but at the same time, in the strength card's energy, it's like the king of the jungle, half lion, I'm half human. This is where my power comes from. And what's mirroring the lovers right now, the Four of Swords, healing. We have the Page of Pentacles and hello, Nine of Pentacles. This is a beautiful energy for 2024, I have to say. Nine of Pentacles is, first of all, it's a nine. So it can certainly talk about a cycle. But because it's coming over the Six of Swords, it's almost like this is where I'm traveling to. This is successful self-employment. It comes through your hard work. This is not magic, but it is saying like if there's something, and I have a feeling some of you are, listen, the lovers can certainly talk about love, a lover who is yet, to come. But I also feel like it is talking about a head over heart decision. Do I follow my heart or my head? I feel like you're following your heart. And then the Page of Pentacles to me feels like something that like knowledge you've already gained, especially next to the Empress. Like knowledge that because the Page of Pentacles is about a path of knowledge, and absorbing that knowledge and using it, mirrored by the patient witch. So patience, right? But maybe it was patience while you were learning something, and I'll be damned, you learned it, or you will be learning it. You know, this is the energy of independence. And when I say independence, it doesn't mean that I want to be alone. Now, if you want to be alone, then you should be alone. But I feel like what it's saying is this is the energy of really taking care of oneself. Like, I don't have to depend on anyone else as it relates to my finances, as it relates to my material world. I can take care of me. Now, maybe I'm just beginning on a new path that ultimately will land you if you're willing to put the work in. But I feel like you already have the knowledge or the wisdom. And I feel like it's coming from the Empress, so it's coming from your previous experiences. Some of you, this could talk about something you went to school for, but maybe I haven't had a chance to like go after it. Again, maybe because somebody is like tried to shut that down. You know, sometimes we get stuck with people who don't want to see us do well. And it's because of their own lack mentality, right? It's not, I feel like if someone doesn't want to lift you up and only wants to put you down, well, Pisces, you don't deserve that. And they don't deserve you. So I feel like this is you looking at, it's almost like you're looking at life completely different. You may be leaving someone. And if that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if wherever you're going next, and it doesn't always have to mean a physical move, but I feel like wherever you're going or you're doing next, you're doing something that you feel called towards. This is great energy for your creativity, and you're very creative. You're very intuitive, and you really want to learn to trust that. Some of you, you're psychic, and that may be something you want to develop more. In the Nine of Pentacles, that's what you're doing. You're developing, your God given gifts. But I feel like you already possess the wisdom. It just feels like somebody kind of shut it down for a while. Listen, maybe life just didn't allow you at a certain point. I think about like when my kids were young and like, the jobs that I had, I can't think of any of them that I was truly in love with. Not till my kids got a little older, did I find my true path. Now I'm living a different path, and you know what I mean? Like that's how life works. Um, so I feel like you've got to believe in yourself. But I do feel like not only is this talking about your material world, I do feel like it's talking about love. I feel like it's talking about your life. I love we have the Nine of Pentacles and then the Nine of Cups also. They're the most two beautiful nines, I feel. Inner harmony, success, success from doing what it is you love to do. You may not know that. It may take a moment, right? But that's what your guides are doing. They're feeding you these epiphanies, these ideas. Now, it will be up to you then to say yay or nay. But I feel like you're saying yay. Some of you, I feel like you're leaving a job and you're starting your own thing. You're doing your own thing. And if you came here wondering, like, will I be successful? I feel like absolutely, but you do have to trust in yourself. And I also feel like try to keep your mind open. Don't allow other people or other people's opinions to bog you down because I feel like the clearer your mind, the clearer the signs that are helping to guide you, not only to success, but inner harmony too. Okay, let's keep going. Some of you may have overcome something. Um, it could even be like some type of addiction or something that, where I held myself down. I feel like you may be overcoming that. And I wouldn't be surprised if you then are using part of that in what it is you do next. Like I'm helping others now to overcome their inner demons. Again, I feel like Pisces is perfect for that. We have the Page of Swords over the Nine of Cups. Page of Swords. Um, could be a younger Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have Gemini right here. Nine of Pentacles is the card of Virgo, by the way. That's another reason to check out your opposite house. I know when I do your reading, I listen very intently because, you know, I mean, I feel like I always receive messages from these readings also. All right, let's go over the Seven of Cups and under the Lovers and the Empress. Empress is like, don't leave me out. We have, interesting, with the Devil, but the Devil came in reverse. Capricorn, potentially. It is Capricorn's card, I should say. Um, it's this is what I'm picking up because the devil was great at casting illusions, right? Like, like, oh, stay with me and I'll promise you the world. I'll give you all the riches of the world, but then nothing manifests, right? It's just all words. An illusion that I'm tied to someone. Maybe I feel like whoever I was with, if this is talking about a relationship for you, maybe I feel like they were my one and only, but something, of course, that tower, the universe. And listen, again, I feel like the tower here, it just feels like your friend, but it doesn't mean it's easy, and we got to remember that, but it does mean temporary. If it's like uneasy, like if I feel uneasy within. First of all, trust your spiritual discernment, but I'm not sure I'm using the right word because I feel like I just feel like there's nothing for you to fear with this tower. And I feel like maybe you've been living under this influence, but now you're breaking free from that influence. The devil and the strength card so close together. Again, it can talk about even, because this can talk about temptations. Maybe I'm always tempted to the wrong type of person. If that's the case, look at that, right? There's a sign right there. Look at your patterns, you know, like why can't I find the right type of person? Well, where is your energy? Where's your vibration? And then if someone is just not treating you well, you've eventually got to make a decision. Is this going to be my life or am I going to change it? Some of you may be leaving a Capricorn. And, I love that healing is here because it's making more and more sense, right? Healing within and then healing without. All right, let's keep going. I do feel like some of you who've been tempted to certain type of energy, I feel like those days are gone. I don't feel like you're going to stay that way anymore. Like, I just feel like what's not good for me, I now know that. And I am now making those changes, right? I'm deciding on a better way, a better life, a better path. I know my abilities, whether someone else believes in me or not, it doesn't even matter. Believe in yourself because the rest of us will believe in you. All right, we have the Queen of Wands. She's also in reverse. So I don't love the Queen of Wands in reverse. Well, first of all, the Queen of Wands can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, of course. Um, but it can mean that there's no action taken. Now, it's interesting that the Devil comes in reverse and the Queen of Wands comes in reverse. I feel like whatever has tempted you, the energy has tempted you potentially to stay in something you're unsatisfied with. I feel like that energy, it's losing its power. It's losing its power. And the Queen of Wands coming over the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is where you're making that decision, right? Like, again, should I stay or should I go? And I feel like the Queen of Wands, like, I shouldn't have said I don't like her in reverse. It's just that it could talk about a period of time when there really wasn't a lot of action. Queen of Wands in reverse can talk about like not trusting one's intuition. Um, and therefore, maybe I don't go down this next path. Listen, if that happened, it's not like another path won't open up. It will. But again, I feel like a clear mind, it's really important here. And again, I feel like it's taking what you know that you know, right? It's that energy of I know what I know what I know. I don't know how I know it, but I know it. And it's trusting that. So I feel like you've been patient. And that's one of the reasons why this Queen's in reverse. And then you think of the Queen of Swords, right? Gaining one's voice back, using one's voice. Almost like I get stage fright. I don't know where that came from, but all of a sudden I feel like, maybe I'm a great singer or what have you, but then like when it's time to perform, I get stage fright. Again, that's an illusion. I mean, you get it, but it just means what I mean by that is I feel like whatever your talents are, they are real, right? They are real. All right, let's keep going. But I feel like the Queen of Wands in reverse is just literally you saying, should I stay or should I go? We have the Eight of Pentacles over the Seven of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. First of all, again, universal year eight. So I do know a lot of you are creating something new in your life. The Eight of Pentacles to me is a reminder that I don't need to know everything. This is the energy of learning as I go. That's how I learn. I can read it from a book. I guess, maybe I don't comprehend it as well. Then hands on. Eight of Pentacles reminds you to allow yourself to be the apprentice, right? To go into something. Again, maybe I don't know everything, but it's the energy of if you're willing to put the work in, well, we already see the Nine of Pentacles, then you shall have success. There is energy, like over and over, I feel your younger energy that is now, it feels like it's combining with your present day energy. Do what you love, and it's like never working a day in your life. Though, truth be told, you're putting a lot of work in. But who's the sole benefactor of the Nine of Pentacles? You are. You are. You are the one who reaps the benefits. Why? Because it is your work. Now, if I'm working for a company and I am working hard and I know, that I deserve like, promotion or what have you, but I'm not getting it, well, then there's another reason why I feel like we're leaving, right? We're leaving, we're changing jobs. Some of you, you're doing your own thing. And again, I feel like there it just is not a better year. This is the year. Some of you are helping to defend other people, maybe those who have lost their voice. You're helping them to regain that. Two swords over the tower. Hmm. I have to say, you don't have a lot of fear-based cards. You really don't. Two swords is a little bit of a block. Um, you know, It's like I don't want to face the tower, but I feel like you need to face that tower. Again, if you think of the Empress, she's had many towers in her life. Some she's given and some she's received. And listen, there's nothing wrong with, if a tower, like if I get a tower, there's nothing wrong with taking time out and allowing yourself to heal. But don't get stuck in that because there's movement. And I feel like the healing, especially with the devil in reverse, I feel like real healing available to you. You know, it's not the Eight of Swords, which is a self created prison. This is just saying don't fear taking off that blindfold. Potentially I could block an opportunity. And if I am blocking an opportunity, I need to go back to that Four of Cups. So maybe I'm not trusting my own spiritual discernment, I'm trusting in my guides. Hello, Ten of Pentacles. How beautiful. Over the Four Swords. Listen, I feel like while some of you are in this healing energy, and again, doesn't mean like you were laying in your bed, even though she is laying in her bed, but I feel like as you were going through that, it's probably where you received some of your greatest epiphanies, ideas. I mean, we've gone from with the Eight of Pentacles, right at the beginning, building something, the Nine of Pentacles, success. Success will be yours if you're willing to put the work in. Now we have the Ten of Pentacles. Well, I often feel like you're not alone in the Ten of Pentacles. But it does talk about whatever you're doing here. This is energy that takes root. You have a lot of pentacles. Could be healing over a household. Doesn't mean I need to stay. While that healing takes place, sometimes we have to learn to leave. Sometimes we can love people from afar, and it may serve them and serve us. We have the Four of Pentacles, and then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. That must be why I said that in the beginning of your reading about checking out. I mean, I haven't done February's Virgo yet, but um, you could look at their year in review and just look at February. I think I have them time stamped because I feel like there must be a message there for you also. The Seven of Pentacles to me, it just talks about abilities that I feel like you were born with. Like you were born with them. And I feel like if anybody's trying to shut down those abilities, don't allow them anymore, right? Don't give away your God-given gifts. Of course, it's always up to you, and I'm not judging. I feel like there is no judgment. It's just what do you want? Seven of Pentacles makes me feel like whatever is happening here is meant to happen. Because I feel like in the Seven of Pentacles, it is your soul seeds of intention. And one of those seeds, or more, are coming to fruition. 2023 may have been a year of planning for you, thinking about all of this. What do I want to do? What changes do I want to make? Maybe making some hard decisions. But I feel like you'll see the benefit of that. Maybe not right away, but you'll see it. And by the way, you may be related to someone who, if this is anyway is talking about a relationship, and if it is talking about a relationship, I feel like for whatever reason, it's like they just didn't want to see you do well. Maybe they're afraid to lose you if you did well. Well, that's not love, right? That's not love, that's fear. but they're right. You will do well. You will do well. And I feel like this, you're doing something that just feels like it's meant to be. That's probably why I said I feel like you've had this gift from birth, whatever that gift may be. And you may not even know. It may be the journey that you're taking. But keep the word success in your mind. Can I be successful? The answer is yes. Is it going to look exactly like I planned it in my mind? Chances are probably not, and that's we've got to learn to go with the flow. But I feel like it's probably going to be better than you thought. I feel like some of you are changing homes and therefore potentially changing partners. Because I do feel like there's more than one soul seed of intention that's coming to fruition. I feel like there's two. So I feel like before I go, well, I'm not going to go yet, but I want to go back. I'm going to look at the lovers. I get the money part, right? This is saying wherever your interests lie, if you're willing to put the work behind it, then the universe is saying that we're willing to help guide you, right? Guide you to the highest level possible. I mean, how could it not be? We have the 8, we have the 9, we have the 10, we have the page, we have the 7, and there's all kinds underneath. But let's go back and look at the lovers. Now, some of you, it's simply a head over heart decision. Queen of Swords again. Queen of Swords on this side of the lovers. I want to follow. Whoa, 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 now everything wants to come out. All right, these came out first. Let's take them. Temperance, divine timing, and that you can trust in. I feel like temperance really is helping to balance soulmate energy. Soulmates could be twin flames, but it really is about the balancing of their energy. Also, we have patience down here. Well, that's what temperate asks for. Temperance asks for, but not forever. Just so a certain seed can come to fruition. What I love about this is the energy where you can let go and just live and know the divine energy will find you in its time, like whatever is meant to be, it'll find you. Does that mean it has to be? Well, you make that ultimate decision. But it's good to know that divine is so interested, right? Is very always, but really, first of all, I love that healing is down here also. All right, let's keep going. 6 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, passionate energy that's moving towards you. King of Wands. Interesting. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now we have the King of Wands in the upright. Um, I do feel like a change is happening. And I feel like it's coming, I feel like it's the Five of Pentacles. And that Five of Pentacles can feel like I'm being thrown out in the cold. But I almost feel like this is the opposite. Like this is you making a change. And I feel like you are following your passion. I feel like if there's anything I can get across in this reading is to follow your passion because I definitely feel success is yours if you choose to go that direction. But I am looking at the lovers. So I kind of love the King Wands with the Knight of Wands behind it. Someone who's very passionate. Someone who is action oriented. Interesting because I do feel like someone may have like kind of shut down your voice in a way. I don't feel like this king would do that. Quite the opposite. I feel like this king can be male or female, by the way. I do feel like this is someone who is yet to come into your life. Now, could be someone that you already know, because some of you, I do feel like you are potentially like, I feel like you're changing houses. Some of you may be jumping on a ship, you know, plane. I feel like you're just waiting for it to come in and then you're getting on board. And that new change is part of a dream. And part of that dream is about you. First of all, being independent, feeling independent. And I feel like this king would lift you up, believe in what it is you want to create. But I also feel like you may not even know because I feel like this is you in the Six of Wands. It is the energy of being victorious, but I also feel like it's about taking your own platform, a platform where other people do look up to you. Why? Well, I feel like because of actions, because of your experiences. And I feel like this king is also one of them. So some of you, this could be something you're creating that you do online and this king is like, oh, I'm behind that, right? I get what he or she is saying. I feel like if some of you have stage fright, try to do whatever it is you want to do anyway. That could be what this Two of Swords down here is. Like, do it anyway. You can always change your mind. That's what we forget sometimes. It's like, because I do feel like first of all, it's a Two of Wands. And even though we have so many pentacles, I feel like now we're talking about love. And I love that the Knight of Wands is coming under Temperance. So it's almost like Temperance is saying you're going to feel this rush of passion, maybe before the person. Chances are before the person. But I do get this feeling like where this king is admiring something you do. So somehow they're seeing what it is you do. And what are they admiring? They're admiring the actions, as are the rest of us. So if that is your platform, I feel like the rest of us also admire it, admire you. I mean, I feel like by this point, any towers, I've forgotten about them. This feels very passionate. I don't know what other word to use. It just feels very passionate. Interesting because I feel like I may have given someone a lot of time that, you know, clearly, well, I don't want to say clearly, but I do feel like they showed their cards, they given us the red flags, but maybe we didn't pay attention to them. I feel like we paid attention, but maybe it was just a thought of change. It took a moment for me to, here's a five to say, okay, I know that I need to make this change if I want this type of life. By the way, Ten of Pentacles, I didn't feel like you were alone in there. And I love the Ten of Pentacles because this is energy that truly can take root. I don't feel like this is about like a short-term relationship at all. I feel like this is about, someone that I'm taking root with. Some of you, maybe this is someone you start a family with the Empress up there, like become a mother, if that's what you want. Okay, well, I got nothing but beautiful things to say about the lovers. I think before I let you go, what do I want to look at? What do I want to look at? Let's just take it right across the board. We do have two pages, by the way, which can speak about younger energy. So we have the Page of Pentacles, can certainly be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What am I looking? Oh, went right across the board. There, my eye is like really looking at that Seven of Pentacles. Look at this Judgment. Judgment is about calling you to the present moment. Why? Well, because your dreams lie out there, not in the past. Even though you have the wisdom of the past, this is now about the recreation, maybe of your whole life. It is about a rebirth. First, I need you in the present moment. Also, let you know that your spiritual team is part of this. And I feel like if your spiritual team is part of it, then maybe I should trust that energy. Playing the trumpet down at the Ten of Pentacles. Can I have that? Can I have someone who is grounded, has their own money? I have my own money. We can really work together. Can I have that? Your spiritual team is saying, yes, you can have that. But you got to know, you got to know when to fold them. Well, I like this a lot. Three of Wands. That's a very optimistic view about your future. We opened up your reading with a not so sure view, right? But now I feel like now I'm saying, okay, interesting because the Six of Swords is like this person is waiting for this boat to come in. When the Three of Wands is the same thing, but it's saying to oneself, I know my ships will come in their right time. I'm going to trust in divine energy. Divine energy is everywhere around it. And the Six of Swords. So goodbye, toxic people. Goodbye, toxic energy. This is you saying, I want more. And even if I have to start from the beginning, I'm okay with that. Again, I feel very, very clear about your gifts and about success for you if you choose it um, on a financial level. I also feel like love. Listen, it can certainly talk about relationships now and the potential of healing with the Ten of Pentacles over that, right? The healing of the home. But I feel like if that's not the case for you, if it's more like where I feel like someone may be, it's interesting because I read comments sometimes where people say, oh, I'll never take that narcissist back. I would never tell you to take a narcissist back. I would never tell you to take anyone abusive. Ever. Ever. But that doesn't mean that someone coming into your life couldn't have been someone you already know. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where you got to be careful within tarot. Like you got to look at the lesson cards as well as the beautiful cards. This is like it's showing you like almost like point A, point B, point C, right? But just have an optimistic view. And I feel like you do. And I feel like you're going to feel all this passion. I feel like this passion is not just, again, about your money, but it's also about love. All right. One more round, and I'm going to let that be. And then we'll decide what to read with Mother Mary. Look at that, Four Swords again. Healing. I feel like your guides are saying, ask yourself if you feel like you have enough healing to now move forward. You know, in the Four Swords, you can see it in this image where there's three swords that, well, it's not really piercing the body here, but I feel like that those swords are kind of out of our control. This sword, though, this fourth sword, is of our own making, right? It's knowing ourselves within, right? It is healing, yes, but also I want to know what was my part in it. Well, for some of you, it might just be that, like for some reason I gave away my voice, but don't judge yourself. Just learn from that, right? That's all it's saying. Like, there's nothing about judging oneself. It's just knowing oneself. And I feel like when you know yourself, that's when you really allow yourself to really start chasing these dreams, taking a chance, and even in love. It doesn't mean like sometimes I feel like give someone a chance and see where it goes. Like if we don't always think about what is going to be the ultimate destination and we learn to enjoy the journey. That's what the Three of Wands is doing. I'm going to enjoy this present moment and I'm going to let go of the rest, knowing that my ships will arrive right when they're meant to. Seven of Pentacles is another thing that supports that energy. Okay, let's let that be. I feel like I want to read honesty. So let's read honesty from Mother Mary. You received this card in answer to your question because Mother Mary sees a need for self-honesty if you are going to proceed. What do you have to admit to yourself about your current situation? When you think about it, what feelings arise? Why? It's important to take stock of your emotions and thoughts about anything that confuses or annoys you. Otherwise, you're reacting instead of taking charge. Although the ego is threatened by looking deeper, it's an essential component of healing this situation. This card asks you to take some time to evaluate and understand your feelings. Remember, you are entitled to them, and they are neither right nor wrong. Very often, your feelings are the voices of angels delivering God's guidance to you. Well, you have angels all through here. So, amen to that. All right, Pisces, I think I'm going to let that be. It's up to you, but I just feel like check out your opposite. I haven't done Virgos yet. That is your opposite. I haven't done theirs, and it'll probably be a little while, but we're on our way. And then you might want to check out. I'm trying to think what was your February. I know you had a beautiful uh review of January, February, and March. So if you haven't seen that, for some reason YouTube's not allowing me to put end caps like videos at the end. I'm going to try, but you may want to watch that too. I know I'm saying watch, 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 and these are so long. But the one for their feelings for you, they're shorter. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you. My wish for you is that all these dreams become your reality and that you look back one day and you're like, wow, 2024 was a great year. It's what began everything. And that's what I feel for you. I love you guys. I thank you. And I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.